Hello friends, myself Deepak Derle, Computer Science Department, KTHM College, Nasik. In my session, I will explain the topic about cybersecurity module 1. In my session, I will explain TCP/IP protocol stack, then wireless network, and the last point is internet. Before this session, you learn about transmission media, different types of topologies, and various types of networks as LAN, MAN, WAN, and Internet. In today's session, we will discuss TCP/IP protocol stack, then wireless network, and the Internet. After understanding this session, you will get information about different types of layers as well as applications of those layers in TCP/IP model. Then what is the importance of internet, and the last point is wireless network. Basically, in computer, whenever we think about the internet, we have two different models, in which first model is OSI model, known as open system interconnection, and the second one is TCP/IP model. TCP/IP stands for transmission control protocol internet protocol model. If we compare these two models, then the OSI model is theoretical model, whereas TCP/IP model is practical model. In short, in industry as well as in all the applications, today we are using this TCP/IP model. No doubt, both models are very helpful, but practically to implement OSI model is somewhat difficult. So that's why in all the applications, in number of areas, we have to work with TCP/IP model. Again, when we use this model, that model having some set of rules and regulations, and those rules can be referred as protocols. So no doubt this model contains various layers, and that each layer will contain the protocols. You can see here in this diagram, the first layer of TCP/IP model is physical layer. After that, we have data link layer. After data link, we have network layer. Network layer contains the protocols as IP, then ICMP, IGMP, ARP, as well as RARP. Now, I will give just one example for these protocols. Internet protocol as IP. Whenever we have to access the internet on our system, we required IP address. That IP stands for Internet Protocol Address. Basically, it has various types of static IP as well as dynamic IP. When we use well-known ports such as Google, Facebook, Yahoo, Reddit, then we have well-known IPs. In short, we have some register protocols, some register IPs. For example, for these links, for these websites, we are having static IPs. Means that IP will not get modified. But whenever in our applications we use internet, it is necessary to access the internet each time, maybe either using same system, maybe either using same network, or maybe either using different network also. So for that we require IP address. In short, we can say that this is the unique address assigned to the system for accessing internet at that moment. So whenever we use dynamic IPs, so that IP get varied each time whenever we access the internet. And for the well-known websites, we are having some static IPs. So this is one just one example of IP. Then after that we have transport layer, contains protocols such as TCP as well as UDP. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, and UDP stands for User Datagram Protocol. After that we have application layer. Now you can see here we are having three different layers taken together in TCP/IP model as a session, then presentation, application. Now whenever we combine these three layers together, it contains only one layer, and that is application layer. In short, that single layer can be called as application layer. But whenever we use this layer in detail, or whenever we learn about this layer in detail, so it will perform the functionalities of these three different layers as session, presentation and application. Actually, these layers was present in previous model, and that is OSI model, open system interconnection. But since in our session we just focus on the TCP/IP model, so we will refer that three layers together as a single layer, and that is application layer. Again, it has various protocols such as SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, FTP, File Transfer Protocol. Whenever we have to transfer file from one network to another network, we can use this FTP. Then Telnet can be called as terminal network. Then DNS, then SNMP, NFS, then RPC, and last is TFTP. Likewise, various protocols are available in the application layer. Now, whenever practically we have to send message from one system to other system, we require this hierarchy. Here in this diagram, you can see one is sender and other is receiver. So just imagine, suppose I want to send hello message from one network to another network, or in simple words, we can say that from one system to other system. Then we have to go through all these layers. First of all, sender will send that message to the receiver, but that message will be traveled through all the layers, from application to the transport, from transport to the network, from network to the data link, after that physical. And in physical layer, that message will be travel in the form of stream of bits towards the receiver. Again, physical network, then data link, then network layer, then transport layer, after that application layer, and then that message will be visible on the receiver screen. So this is the path through which that message will be travel from one network to other network, or in simple words we can say that from one sender to another receiver. Now we will go through one by one. First of all, physical layer. The physical layer is the first layer available in TCP/IP model, or we can say that it is the lowest layer available in TCP/IP model. Basically, this layer is responsible for transferring of data in the form of bits. It contains various transmission mediums such as wired network or wireless network, as well as that message will be travel through various modes such as simplex, up duplex, and then full duplex. So this is about physical layer. Again, it performs various functions such as physical characteristics of interfaces with the help of various mediums. I already explained that. Then data encoding for security of the data, then bit synchronization, and the transmission modes such as simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. The second layer of TCP/IP model is of data link layer. The data link layer is responsible for data framing. In short, we can say that the basic function of data link layer is packet forming. Means when we divide our entire message into number of we will break that message into number of parts, that each part will be referred as packet. That packet can be called as data frames. So that framing is the basic functionality of data link layer. So no doubt, when we send that message from one device to another device, we need to break that message into number of parts, and that each part can be referred as data frames. But for that communication, we must want synchronization in between sender and receiver, and that functionality can be performed by data link layer itself. Means the flow control as well as error control also handle with the help of data link layer in TCP/IP model. Means just imagine, suppose the speed of sender is too large as compared to receiver. So at that moment, the acknowledgement from receiver side to the sender side can be transferred from the end of receiver, as well as this can be happens from the sender side also. Means suppose sender is slow and receiver is fast, or vice versa, then those can be controlled with the help of data link layer. After that, we are having network layer. Network layer can be called as internet layer. It is the most important layer used in TCP/IP model. Why? Because this layer contains IP protocol. Sorry, this layer contains internet protocol known as IP, as well as that network layer is responsible for network to network delivery. Means it is not mandatory that senders and receiver must be a part of same network. It may happen that they may be part of same network, they may be part of different network also, but For that communication, you require network to network delivery, and that is achieved with the help of network layer. Again, it has various protocols such as IP, Internet Protocol. Again, IP having two different variations, two different versions, IPv4 and IPv6. After that, the second one is ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. Then third one is IGMP, Internet Group Management Protocol. Then ARP, Address Resolution Protocol. Then RARP, Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. So each protocol having some functionalities, and that functionalities can be handled, that functionalities can be executed whenever we implement that network. Next layer is transport layer. Transport layer contains two different important protocols as TCP and UDP. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and UDP stands for User Datagram Protocol. This layer is responsible for end-to-end data transfer, can be called as host-host delivery, means from system of first network to the system of another network, that message can be travel with help of transport layer. But for that data transfer, it uses two essential protocol, and that is TCP and UDP. TCP is reliable protocol, UDP is unreliable. TCP is connection oriented protocol as well as UDP is connection less protocol. So what is meaning of connection oriented protocol? So in simple words, when sender want to communicate with the receiver, so before transmitting the data from sender side to the receiver side, first of all, that communication is established in between sender and receiver. And after making that communication, after establishing the path, data will be traveled from sender side to the receiver side, and it will be done with help of TCP. When we use UDP, then UDP is user datagram protocol. It is connectionless protocol. But when we think about assurity of the data, assurity of delivery of data from sender to the receiver, then TCP is more reliable as compared to UDP. Means in case of TCP, the chances of data receiving at the receiver side is too much high as compared to UDP. The next protocol of TCP model, the next layer of TCP model is application layer. It is topmost layer available in the hierarchy. In transport layer is responsible for host to host delivery, whereas application layer is responsible for process to process delivery, means application to application delivery of the data from sender side to the receiver side. Then again, this layer is also contains various protocols such as HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, then HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, then SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol, then SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, DNS Domain Name System, then FTP File Transfer Protocol. So these are the various protocols available at the application layer. Then next topic of our session is wireless network. You can see here in diagram wireless stations are there. Let us consider we are having 4 different stations. It may happen that there may be more than 4 stations, but just for simplicity, we are referring these 4 stations, and all these 4 stations are connected with the help of AP. AP means access point. So that access point will be control as well as transfer the data from one area to another area, one network to another network, one system to another system. In case of wireless networks, there is radio frequency signals, and those frequency signals are essentials for transforming high electric oscillations which are propagated through air in the form of electromagnetic signals. Access points are the main device used in wireless networks. These access point zones can be identified with the help of SSID, means service set identifier. These SSID can be treated as network names also. Again, the linkage of access points is called as backbone. Network name and password are configured on the AP, means at the side of user and at the side of access point, that username and password must be matched, otherwise you will not get access to that network. Again, that wireless network can be either point to point, then point to multi-point, or et extra. Next part of our session is internet. Today, all of us using internet, and that internet is world wide web, means from any part of the world, you whenever at which place you are having network, you can access internet easily. Internet is network of networks, or we can say that the internet is interconnected computer network. That network can be either public, private, or educational, government, or any other networks. Internet can be accessed by using various browsers such as Internet Explorer, then Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, etc. Basically, whenever we have to work with any application, we require internet today. Means internet is having lots of applications. So we will move to the last point of our session, that it is summary. So in our session, we discuss about various layers used in TCP protocol stack. Then the second part is wireless network, and the third part is internet. In next session, we will talk on information security overview as well as types of attacks. Thank you.